Hey, I'm in Costa Mesa, California, and about to head over to the OC Fair and Event Center for Day 3 of Music Festival to speak with Justin Sane of Anti-Flag. Today we'll be chatting about the upcoming album, Warped Tour, the Anti-Cast podcast, and more.
It sounds so good you can't resist the satisfaction. When it's all over you'll be crying, I'll be laughing.
It's been a little over a year since we last chatted. What have you been up to since then?
Wow, well, the last time we saw each other, we just wrapped up tour with Rise Against, and then we went to Europe and we did a big European tour in the fall. Now it's super cool. For me, one of the things that was cool about it is it ended in Dublin. So my dad's from Ireland, so I got to stay in Ireland, spend some time there, that's always special for me.
Yeah, you were in Belfast?
Yeah, we played Belfast and Dublin. Yeah.
Last week they announced the lineup for the Warped Tour 25th anniversary. How excited are you to be a part of that?
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah.
You've been on there like almost every year.
Yeah, I mean, we've done it a lot. You know, we have a lot of history with it, a lot of friends that work it, and yeah, I mean, there's a lot of special things about that tour that, you know, a lot of things about it that are really meaningful for us. So yeah, to play the 25th anniversary shows, that's cool. I mean, we're excited to be a part of that. You know, we feel like we're definitely part of that Warped family.
Yeah.
So for us, you know, we weren't able to do the last Warped Tour, so the last full Warped Tour, so we feel like I'm really glad that we've been included with the 25 year.
And last year you started a podcast called Anti-Cast.
Yeah.
How did the idea come up to...
You know, and some friends of ours actually were like, we would really enjoy hearing you guys just talk about the band and like what it's like to be in the band and how the band functions and what your guys' point of view are from time to time. And that was really how it came up. We're like, all right, well, and they knew somebody at Adobe Radio and they were like, they'll host it for you if you want to do it. So we're like, all right, what the hell, let's do it. So I
love that you talk about you do the history of the old records lately and then touring and also politics.
Yeah. I mean, and that was sort of the goal of it, was mostly to talk about the band. And, you know, a couple of times there have been events that have happened that, you know, are kind of close to home for the issues that the band talks about. That, you know, we'll take an episode and dedicate it to that if it's a world event that's taking place, or but mostly, you know, the goal of it was sort of just to talk about being anti-flag and what that's like. And, you know, I think the podcast is kind of ridiculous because even though Anti-Flag is sort of a very serious band and the topics we discuss, you know, as the four of us collectively, we're kind of ridiculous together, you know, and we're pretty lighthearted together because the nature of what we do is pretty serious, and I think, you know, we kind of need to keep it lighthearted when we're together to keep our sanity.
Yeah, and you tell old tour stories, and I remember the one where you got left in Canada or something.
Yeah, it is true. I did get left in Montreal after a show one time.
That was probably kind of scary to be left behind.
Well, it was on Warped Tour, and I got left at a hotel, and the band drove all the way to Toronto before they realized I wasn't there.
How could they not tell you were in the band?
Well, because what happened was the band left in the middle of the night, and everybody just went to sleep, and they didn't realize that I wasn't there. They woke up in the morning and they're like, "Where's Justin at?" And it was before cell phones, so nobody could call, and you know, so it was pretty funny.
And
there's a special honor in being someone who gets left behind on tour. It should happen to everyone at least once.
I think on the podcast you mentioned you were working on new music and you moved to a new studio too.
Yeah, so we've had an old studio for probably like 10 years. It's in kind of a falling down.
It was leaking and stuff.
Yeah, it's a building that was really brutal and bad and falling down. So we moved into a new nicer place that like the old studio literally was being condemned. So we had to move into somewhere new. It's no great shakes, but it gets the job done. And,
at least, like, hopefully it's not having leaks and all that stuff going on, but
it's a space to be creative, and it doesn't have mold and leaks, so that's nice.
How far along are you with the new record?
Just halfway done.
Just writing so far?
halfway done.
When do you expect to have some
I
new
don't
music
know.
out?
Maybe at the end of the year, maybe before.
I'm looking forward to hearing the
Cool,
music.
thanks. Me too.
Besides the work tour shows, do you have any other tour plans in the works for this year?
Yeah, we'll be in Europe. We're doing some punk and drublick shows. We're doing Slam Dunk, which is
Slam
a
Dunk
festival over in the UK. So yeah, we've got some dates, and they're out there on the Anti-Flag website if you want to check them out.
No other tour plans in the works?
We're looking at some stuff in the future, but I wouldn't
US?
mention it because we just don't know. We don't know yet. We're trying to put some things together, but nothing has come together like we hoped it would at this time.
Is there anything else you want to add or tell your fans?
I just think that this is a time right now where we really need to come together and take care of each other. You know, it's interesting to me when I look at how there are people in our society that are trying to divide us, and there are people in our society that are trying to bring us together, or to say, let's look at issues from another person's point of view and be sensitive to the struggles that people go through. And whether that's issues of gender or race or wealth, I think that all these things boil down to the idea that my personal philosophy is always that to really do no harm to other people, to be kind to people, and to approach everything from the viewpoint of kindness, and I think it's important in music and in art to kind of express an anger and to express frustration, and so for me, art is a great outlet for that. But what I really love, but sort of a philosophy for me outside of that is just to treat people in the way I would really like to be treated, the golden rule, and maybe not be so quick to shut people down, but instead to try and hear people out.
Thank you so much for talking to me today.
Definitely. Thank you.
It sounds so good, you can't resist the satisfaction.
Big thanks to Justin Sane for chatting with us today. Anti-Flag are currently working on a brand new album and about to head over to Europe to play Punk and Drublick, Anti-Fest, and Slam Dunk. They will also be performing at the Vans Warped Tour 25th anniversary shows. For more information on the band, head over to anti-flag.com. We also have more interviews and photos of the band up at burningstars.net.
The clock tick, 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 ticking down to a disaster.